Good morning. So another beautiful day in Alaska. Getting lucky with not having any rain. Had forecasting for rain for the last couple of days, and yesterday it was like just clear, deep blue skies. So good for us to continue getting work done. And speaking of work, today we're going to be doing two tasks. Well, Carlin is putting together insulation that will go up under the trailer to get us winter prepped as best we can. I'm going to be working on our cribwork foundation, and so we're doing a very typical, common foundation that you would see in Alaska or in northern Canada. And so this kind of foundation goes all the way back to like early log cabin building. And so basically what it is a series of layers of earth contact wood that's pressure treated. And then on top of that, you have like 2x12s that are crisscrossed. And then on top of that, you have a cribwork of 8x8s, which are also heavily treated. They basically look like railroad ties. And then on top of that, we will mount our adjustable brackets. And the reason we're doing that is versus maybe like post and pad or something like we originally planned is because of the ground movement. So this will give us a lot of flexibility to adjust the overall foundation, or if a particular part of the ground settles significantly, we can add in materials underneath it if we need to actually be able to accommodate for that sinking or that shifting or lifting.
Yeah, we have two different neighbors. One has the posts in the ground, one has the crib. Both swear by their strategy. So.
And neither of their cabins have moved, and they're big, heavy cabins, and we're not going to be building a very big structure. It's a 20 by 28 structure, and so it's going to be relatively light in comparison to like a big giant log home. And so I think either's going to work fine, and we'll find out.
We got to do one or the other. We're jumping in. Yep. We're doing the cribs.
Yep. Okay.
Yeah, cool.
All right, let's do it. You got one.
The foil side goes in?
Foil side goes in.
Okay.
White side out.
The weather is a little bit threatening.
Nice work, dude.
Yeah.
Right on. This is what the crib work looks like. So we got 2 layers of 2x12 ground contact, and then we have these basically railroad ties here. They're 8x8s set up, and then what will be sitting on the top of this will be a 6x12. So overall we'll have basically a crawl space that is about 36 inches.
Ready for him. Little toss here. Okay, okay. There it is, buddy. Good girl. Oh, yeah. Oh, that was a terrible throw. Sorry, bud.
Getting there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's great.
Yeah, and then we'll side it with some OSB and snug ourselves in as best we can, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Stay close, buddy.
There we go. Okay. So I'll hold my side up over here if you want to bring the factory edge here.
Yeah. What happened there?
Tighter.
Wobble.
Oh, it's... Okay. So the reason that we're not putting the paneling in full-length sections in certain places, you can see it's kind of varied. That one's backward because we measured it accidentally the wrong way. But anyway, still fits. But the reason that we're doing the shorter panel here is because we want to access points. So this is just going to be a point at which we can get in here. And so that way we can access some of the things we want under the trailer or some of the services that we want to continue to use even while it's cold. So yeah, obviously winterizing a trailer is in minus 20-degree temperatures is going to be difficult, but we are going to put a heating system underneath the trailer as well to keep things slightly warm under there. And we're also going to put heating pads on the tanks to make sure that the tanks don't freeze. We're going to insulate stuff underneath as well, like pipes and things like that. But we want to be able to access like our pump that we can use to fill up our tank when we bring water in. So yeah, it's all going to be tricky. It's a lot of work to get everything prepared, but...
And then we have, of course, the added factor of snow piling up against the bottom of this. So we've never done this before. So we're going to find out what works and what doesn't.
Well, we're going to put OSB against all of this next. Right. And then we're going to stake that OSB into the ground, and that will hold the OSB from moving around, except for in the points where we have access. And then we'll create like little hinges there where we can hinge and unhinge and take our stuff out that we need real quick. Okay. All right, so let's do, we're not going to tape that. We're just going to let that right there, so we're going to tape that one there. And my favorite thing here is slide out is out. I'm going to grab some more paper towels and try that out.
Okay.
Pass me that square. over here.
Like a glove.
Okay.
Very nice.
Yeah, let me put a few rocks under my side to get it pulled. Did not need to go as low as I did, but I don't think it matters. There we go. Oh, big rock right there. Ow. And this is perfect right here for where I want to be.
Nice.
So. continue with it. Make sure I put that on the right side. I kind of think I put it on the wrong side.
Oh.
I think it'll fit if I just slide this board down.
Okay.
I don't have the green stuff on top of that.
Oh, right.
Put these things back under the slide out too right after I do this. That's what I'm going to do.
Okay.
All right, take two. Here we go. The moment of truth.
So many moments of truth with this trailer skirting.
Oh, yeah. Subfloor. Oh, I forgot to notch this end right here too, okay, for the overlap.
All right.
So, next moment of truth is later.
Moment of truth postponed.
Womp womp. I'll be right back. Moment of truth, part 3. Beautiful. So you put the hinge things on.
Did you bring the ball closer? You ready? You ready to play ball, Lupa? She looks at you and then at the ball. She's like, come on,
Lupa,
come on.
Busy.
You gotta pick that up.
You'll thank me this winter.
Okay, 2 seconds, Lupa, and I'll throw it. Oh my gosh, so funny how intense she is. She's like, I'm serious, Mom. Serious about this fall situation.
And I'm gonna grab my sledgehammer and fix that guy.
Oh, and now we got this. Looks great.
It's done.
Yeah, no kidding. Hi. Thank you.
Thank you. Alright, let's start a second round. So we're at another milestone. As you can see behind me, we have all of our footing materials cut, footing / foundation, and our crib works cut and ready to lay out. I just got to build my batter boards here all the way around and then pull my string lines, and that'll get me the perimeters for the bottom half. That is the bottom core of the crib work, which is the 2x12s. We'll lay those down first, and then we'll lay the 8x8s down. They're 2-foot long sections, and stack those up and make sure to fasten those all together. And also it's an exciting day because we have, oh, it's a giant gray owl over there. Anyway, it's exciting as well because today we have our lumber package coming, at least the part for the subfloor and as well as the materials for the walls. It's too big to get everything in here at once, so we're going to try to get the subfloor up as fast as we can, get our walls going, and as soon as those walls are up, it's hitting the roof, and as soon as the roof is up, then we are insulating, and hopefully we will be dried in, fingers crossed, November. It's going to be a push. Snow is coming. We know it's coming at the end of this week possibly, and maybe again on Monday. I think it's going to all melt away though. Sounds like it's going to warm up in the afternoons, but still we can feel the pressure, and it's getting a little hairy. As far as being able to finish this build before winter. I'm excited. I'm going to keep working until I can't work, until there's not enough daylight, or until it's just too damn cold. So here we go. All right, this is a different kind of batterboard system than I've really ever used before. And part of the reason it is that we're using this style of batterboard is because we are doing crib footings. And so they're basically just little 3x3 boxes. I want to be able to lay them along the edges here and then square the corners on them. And so what this does is just allows me to create a perimeter, and then using this same batterboard system, I'll come back and I have enough space over here to move over the 1.5 feet that I need to be where center is. So I can mark both the outside edge of the footing, and then in addition to that, I'll be able to pull center for the center of the crib where our adjustable leveling brackets will sit. And so for this, all you do is run your string line around, run it past, and we've already squared out each one of these stakes. And so we're perfectly square right now. We're like not even 1/16 of an inch out of square. It did take us a few times to get square on it because we were trying to really make up, trying to create like just the perfect use of the pad. It's a small pad. It just really accommodates the size of the structure. And so we didn't want to pack more materials back here than we absolutely had to. So that made it a little more difficult to square up for us. Mosquitoes are getting, or not mosquitoes, but the bugs are getting me here. The gnats are thick today. All right, now I make my mark here, and then what I'll do is put a nail, like a duplex nail 8D, on each of these little spots. Got all my marks, so I can go ahead and reel this up and then restring it, and then I can actually start putting my footing pads down for the cribs. This one board's got a long cut in it. That's all right. Okay. All right. Oh yeah. I'm gonna get it kind of in place real quick.
Okay.
Figured out how many of these I have to drive. I think it's 100 total. So, again, who needs CrossFit when you got Homestead in Alaska? Whew. So I did decide to get something different than the spikes because they were taking too long and just too much. And also, I feel like these timber lock screws, they're gonna tighten things and suck things together. And the other thing is, if I ever need to do any repairs on these cribs or remove them or whatever, it's gonna be a lot easier to do that with screws versus spikes, because those spikes are not coming out, whereas I can back these out. But they also go in much easier. Setting the corners is always the hardest part. What I'm doing is measuring over 18 from center in order to match up the actual width. So technically from here, center to my right should be 20 feet, and then it's less critical lengthwise because I can move my girder back and forth on these to get the right distance and then square. Good.
Whoa. Swans? No, geese. So beautiful.
I wonder if that got caught on the camera. That was awesome. That must have been one of these ponds up here.
A little gift.
Yeah.
It's one of the reasons why we wanted to build back here. I mean, you can see awesome birds from the front side of the property too, but
Yeah.
just being able to sit in our future living room and look out of those big windows.
That was cool.
Yeah, it was really cool.
So yeah, yesterday we finished up doing the 4 corners of our crib works, and we have everything all squared up on the pad, and then they're all of course squared and they're perfect. And so now what we're going to try to get done this morning is the rest of these crib works, and then when the crib works are done, then we can drill down into the top post on the crib, and that will seat our adjustable brackets, the leveling brackets. And then when we're done with that, we're going to bring the girders down and lay the girders out, and hopefully even start framing up the subfloor today. Yeah, if not today, then definitely starting tomorrow morning, we'll be getting there.
This part takes a long time because you want to get everything right.
Yeah.
So yeah, the foundation is essential.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So.
Good.
Get after it.
Yeah.
see the water getting sucked out between the boards when I screw this down to the bottom. Sucking it up so tight. Nails again. I get my giggles off of sharp objects in the eyeballs though. So we had a late one last night. Also pretty exciting though. We had all of our materials actually delivered. We worked until about 5 yesterday, and then our materials supposed to come around 7, and they ended up not getting here until about 8. That's kind of how it is in Alaska, you know, lots of distance between places and all kinds of things. But anyway, they got them here, and we were out here unloading in the dark until a little bit after 10. I don't think we got to bed until maybe 11:30. We were pretty jacked, you know. I mean, this is we've been waiting on these materials and waiting on these materials, and now they're finally here, and we almost have our crib footings done at the other end, and so we're ready to start building on top of that. And oh man, it's a race. It's tough because every day, you know, we hope to get more done than we actually do, and that's just, you know, kind of the reality of things. You know, there's always hang-ups, and there's just a lot of stuff to do when you live off the grid, like you know, without a well or anything like that. We have to haul water, we have to make sure that we have plenty of fuel, propane, diesel, all of those things. So sometimes we have to, you know, stop working in maintenance equipment, change oil, things like that. You know, it's just, you know, it's like a business almost right now for us as far as our build, even though it's our home and it's our personal dwelling. It's, you know, it's more than just a 9-to-5 job for us, and that's okay though, because it's super fulfilling. And I'll kind of walk you through the materials here. So right over here we have our girders, and so those are basically what the subfloor will sit on. Those will sit on top of the crib work, and then of course what's under the tarp there is our actual siding that we're going to be putting on hopefully this spring. I got my OSB flooring here, and then I have all my wall materials over there. So I have like the not floor joists, but the top and bottom sill plates, and then underneath that stack is actually our second floor framing. And then over here, this pile right here is our subfloor framing, and then those are blockouts and things like that. So we don't have all the materials here yet. They're going to bring another load in hopefully in, like, I think the end of this week or next week. I'm kind of hoping for next week because I want to get down there building and get some of these materials out of the way so we can stay organized. So we have everything organized by phase of construction. We're going to try to keep it that way. If you know, we get to a point where we're shut down because of the winter and we can't do any more, in the spring we know where everything is at, we know exactly what it is, and also we want to have it all stacked nicely and you know, so we can take good care of it so it doesn't warp over the winter or anything like that if we can't build anymore. Also, I wanted to show you guys these things here. These are the brackets, and these are super heavy duty, and they give us lots of adjustment, so you can see the leveling up and down. Anyway, I appreciate the strength of these, and give me a little more security. Okay. Yeah. Okay, right there. And so we are center at 10. There's our mark. Oh, wait a minute, is that right? Yeah, because that's the center, it's 4 foot. Okay. This is the leveling bracket here. And what we did is, all of these are gonna be about halfway adjusted. And the reason for that, actually just realized that this bolt's on upside down, or nut. And the reason for that is that it allows for us to adjust while we're building, because the more weight we add on, it's going to sink in areas, and then just if you go all the way up, then you have nowhere to go down. If you start out all the way on the bottom, then you have nowhere to go up. So the idea is put them all right in the middle, and that way gives you plenty of room for adjustment one way or the other.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah. I'll show you how they level. Pretty basic concept, what I'm doing right now. Just put them in. Sit on top of the washer to make sure it doesn't sink down in the wood too much. It'd be ideally there'd be a bigger metal plate here, but this is what they gave us, so this is what we got. We can always replace it someday by jacking it up if we need to. If it sinks down too much, we can build another crib right next to it, and then just jack it up, and then pull this top piece off and readjust it. Put some metal plate down there and set it back in. But yeah, it's ready to go.
Wow, amazing. It looks great.
Yep.
Cool.
There we go, next round. So it's pretty crazy to think that our floor, so here's the bottom, here's where the bottom of the ledger board will be.
Okay.
And then go up another 10 inches right here.
Whoa.
That's where our subfloor will be.
Okay.
We will be that high off the ground.
Maybe the steps that we got are
We're
not
gonna have to
be...
put blocks down there
Okay.
for it to like be
say
able to
they're
step.
not-
Yeah, we're gonna need a ladder to get up into the house. We're going from here
Yeah.
and here another 18 feet up.
Oh.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I know, it's like, should we have faced our house that way?
We can build a dormer upstairs
That
at
we
some
should,
point.
we probably should
Yeah.
at some point.
And we have a window over those mountains.
Yeah.
Mountains, yes. We want to see the mountains if we can.
I know, are you sure you don't want to put the living room upstairs and have the bedroom downstairs?
We can do whatever we want.
Yeah, we can. Up and just set it down right in there as best I can.
Okay.
But we'll probably have to line them all up.
Yeah.
Down.
Yeah, that's good.
Okay, watch your other one on your other side too.
Want me to push it forward?
If it needs to be pushed in, push it in. Okay, I'm gonna drop it down real slow. Good job.
Thank you, tractor.
Yes. Tractor makes life easy. This is the only time I ever get to drive the tractor on our house.
I know, yeah. This spot will become unavailable very soon.
Check the crown real quick.
Definitely got a...
Yeah, that's okay. Go back. Look it up.
Okay.
Along the way.
Okay.
And so, yeah, you see how I'm doing it? Just
Yes.
like this. And then just keep an eye on that bubble and
Okay.
move back and forth to make sure you're getting level. Okay. It doesn't have to be perfect, just close.
Yeah.
Because, and then make sure that you're shored up in all these other areas. And then when we hook up the other one, then we're going to level to each and draw a string line on the ends of it. put 3 for the other side.
It's a beautiful morning. Got blue sky behind this fog, sun shining through. It's awesome. This morning was the coldest. It was below freezing, and so there was some ice on things outside the trailer when we stepped out. So it's definitely, summer is over. One of our neighbors was visiting yesterday afternoon, and he said that he saw some bear scat by his place, which is just up the road. So this is about the time of year when we thought we might start seeing signs of them. So we're definitely extra vigilant right now.
Pound it.
Okay.
Okay. Still more down?
Yep. Keep going.
Okay. Yeah, it did seem pretty high over here.
Lumber pile's already disappeared.
Can you guide me on with my forks here?
Okay. What's going on here, huh? What's going on? Whoa, where did all this come from?
And just set it right up there.
Okay.
Right next to that one. Okay, walk it over. Get it flush right up against it. Hold on just a sec. Nail it at the bottom first. Eyeball it for you. Over to your right tiny bit. Right there. Nail it. Okay, hold it. Okay. Now, nail it at the top. Okay. Got it? Right in the corner?
Yeah.
34 feet, 29, 30 seconds. Perfectly square. Yay. Woo!
Man, it would be such a bummer to get this far and then
It'd be all out of whack.
be like, ah! One One of the things that will be nice about the temperatures dipping is gnats will go away. On another note, we tried the high bush cranberry jelly this morning because we ran out of all my blackberry jelly from home. And Thomas thought it was okay, but I can't get past the smell. So if you've got some tips about making high bush cranberry jelly that doesn't smell. The taste was okay, but again, it's like by your nose when you're eating it. It's like I can't do it. So that was an experiment, but I don't think I'll probably be making anything with high bush cranberries in the future.
Side. Okay. Did you want to get on the other side too? Yes. You know what? I would leave it on top of there. It'll be easier. Okay. And then we can just slide it all the way down and then just pop it in. Oh, all right. So I'm going to put it my way just a little bit and then yeah. Right there. Now let's check for crown. Let's hold it up this way first. Hold on just a sec. Pull yours. There you go. Now you can come out. We'll look down this because I think this is crown right here real quick. And slide toward me. Set it down more carefully. There you go. Oh, you're going too far, I think, aren't you?
No, haven't gotten to the line yet. There it is.
Okay, sorry.
Yeah, it's okay.
My side up might help yours come in. There you go. For me? Okay. Oh, we're all right.
Okay.
Glad I got a little person on the job site.
Hey.
Yep, I'm not planning on nailing it. Before I call it a night, let's climb up there.
Stand on the floor.
Yep.
Be careful.
I will be. Just like I have been all day.
Mr. Careful.
That's right.
How does it look from up there?
It's looking pretty awesome.
Oh man, so cool.
Yeah. Yeah, we need to go over there and cut down that row of trees over there. All right, so last night we got our subfloor mostly framed in. We still have a little bit left to do. We're gonna box it out. So we're gonna put some blocking in between each of these joists that are 16 on center. And then we also need to block out typically the industry standard is 8 foot, or for an 8 foot span, you put in 1 block out. So we have 20 foot span here. So that means we're gonna have to put in 2 block outs. And so we're going to run those in kind of more toward the middle. But since we don't have the joist doubled, like on the ends, on the end wall here, you can see the joists are doubled up, the rim and rim joists, but the side rim joists are not doubled up. And so what we're going to do is put some blockouts in between that to kind of give the same effect and nail those in. And in addition, while I'm doing that, cutting those and then nailing them in, Carlin is going to be working on attaching the subfloor to the ledger. We could toe nail it, but it's a lot easier and probably much better to use hurricane straps. So Carlin's going to be doing that, using the palm nailer, and I'm going to be over there cutting and getting all the blockouts ready. And then hopefully, maybe even this evening, we can start sheeting the underneath of it. And then if we have some good weather coming up, then we can start dropping insulation in here and then get that top on and seal it up. And right now we're still researching about whether or not to put a vapor retarder, vapor seal barrier on top. So that just be like 6 mil plastic over the top of the insulation, stapled and taped. But there's kind of a debate about it, and I'm not 100% convinced that I should or shouldn't do it yet, one way or the other. Some people absolutely are adamant about it, but I've also watched some different YouTube videos. For example, the Cold Climate Housing Institute says that it's not necessary. And I don't know if it's more because of the typical build that's a cabin and you're out in the weather, and if you can't protect it, then it's just probably not a good idea to put vapor barrier on it because you could get water floating underneath your flooring. So I'm going to do a little more research before I make that decision, but you'll see what I do eventually. All right, you ready, Carl?
Only time will tell. Only time will tell.
Exactly.
Yes.
Well, a couple of days will tell.
Oh, and much less hammering by me. If you've ever watched any of our videos where we're building, 1,000 hammer strokes is what it takes me to get a nail in. So, palm nailer, thank you. Yeah,
palm nailers are nice, especially for this kind of weird, odd angles and stuff for hammering.
Yeah.
So yeah. All right.
That's amazing. Wow. Yeah. Wait. These clocks are a little bit in my way right here. Important, Lenny. Are you important, bud?
In the lungs, blow through the wood. So if you're wondering what all this gray stuff is on this wood, it's concrete. Why is there concrete on this wood? Because this was the footing forms for our foundation that we poured last summer for what was going to be the shop up there, and now we're putting them to use here, and at least they're getting something out of them, because yeah, that was a something.
Experiment gone bad.
Well, the forms were great, and the footings turned out nice, and concrete was an excellent job, but our pad failed. Major fail on the pad. It's all right. I like Plan B better anyway. Yeah. Good. Exactly. Making a jig is what's going on here, so that when I'm cutting these blockouts, I don't have to measure each one. I just got to get it the right measurement in the square, and it should be good. So the first cut should be 14 and a half. And because we don't have one of those cool chop saws that has the extension, you gotta do a flip. Measure it, double check, make sure it's good. 14 and a half. That's good.
Okay.
All right.
Keep on going down the line?
Yep.
All right.
Keep on going down the line.
Okay.
As you might have noticed in watching our video, that and you will certainly notice this in the future, that a lot of our lumber on the end pieces are color coded, and that is because we decided to buy a cabin kit. The reason we decided to buy a cabin kit was in part time and ability, like the fact that we changed our plans in late August and decided to build a cabin out here at the farthest end of our property. Meant that there was a substantial amount of work that needed to be done to clear this spot out, and in addition to that, we were going to need to go into someplace like Anchorage to buy materials or Fairbanks, and we have a 16-foot trailer. That's not a big enough trailer to actually haul some of the lumber materials that are needed to build our cabin. Our cabin is a 20 by 28 cabin.
Gray Jays are visiting us. Hi, buddies.
It's a 20 by 28 cabin, so like the ledger and joists and things like that, they're all over 20 feet or 20 feet at the minimum. And that required, you know, sizable trailer. We could probably have some stuff delivered out here. But the nice thing about a kit is that it's all thought out. Obviously, we worked with the cabin building company to design the kind of cabin we want. And then once they figure that out, they go through the dimensional lumber and cut out things like headers for the doors and windows, and they cut out the joists, and they also cut out like the studs and things like that. So a lot of the work is done for us, which means we can move very fast. So like we were able to throw up our subfloor in a day, like basically like the framing of that, because all the joists were cut to appropriate length, and all of our framing will be cut to the appropriate length for the most part. There's still a lot of cutting to do, but like ultimately a lot of the kind of calculated work is taken care of for us.
And that's huge. I mean, that's a huge part of the process of building, is the thinking through all of the maths. And Thomas did that all winter long for the shop that we were going to build. We have some beautiful blueprints that he made.
Yeah, anybody wants to buy them.
Yeah, exactly.
They're for sale.
So because we had to rush with our decision, it just made the most sense to, like, if we have any hope and a prayer of getting into the cabin by mid-November, which is our goal, and that is literally just dried in, like no insulation, nothing.
Yeah.
Then we really had to go with the cabin kit. But it is a really neat design.
Yeah, so I'm looking forward to using my artistic creativity to make our house look super beautiful, and yeah.
It's going to be awesome. And those of you who are new to our channel, which we do have a lot of new subscribers, welcome. We're super excited about the growing community that's happening here.
And all the support that you're all sending us. Thank you so much.
Yes,
it seriously means a lot to us, the sweet comments that you all make.
Really thoughtful.
Yeah.
No, we really appreciate that. But if you haven't had a chance to go back and look at some of our older videos, you wouldn't know that our plan was to come and build a shop here this summer. And so that's why we're building this so late, is because our plans had to change late in the summer. And so it is definitely no one's ideal plan to be starting a build right now, including ours, but it is what it is, and we're just gonna do our best with it.
And we're not the only people that are building up here right now.
That's true.
Yep, everybody's going like gangbusters trying to beat the winter. So
anyway, thank you for watching, and please give us any questions you have about the build. We're not always the best maybe at explaining what we're doing because we are in such a hurry, but we're happy to answer questions that you might send our way.
Yeah.